Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and I have another fun sports themed card to share with you today. Hey, so I'm using Jada Blossom's Have a Ball Know Me outline dies and the stamp set, the Gnome Dies Sport Add-ons 2, Jada Blossom's Window Card Mat die, and their Gnome Dies Sport Add-ons 1. I'm using Doodlebug's Plaid Polka Dot and Doodlebug's Candy Stripe and Sprinkles. And, oops, put that off to the side. And then I did assemble all of these little sports pieces on the coordinating sport add-ons assembly video. I just had a bunch of them sitting left over from that release, and I'm going to use them all on one card. So we've got, lacrosse stick, pickleball paddle, we've got like a little cheer cone and pom-poms, and I'm going to use them all on this card. So first I have a piece of some Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock cut at 4 by 5 1/4 inches, which is roughly the size of the window card mat die. And I am going to apply some score tape over the whole thing. And that way I can assemble my little window, as one piece. So it's easy to add to my card. So I'm just trimming off that overhang with a pair of scissors. And I'll make sure that that score tape is stuck down nice and well. And then I'm going to peel off the backing. Oops, I'm having trouble. So I'm going to get my little picker tool. I think this is Tim Holtz piercing tool, whatever. And it's good when your nails aren't the greatest. And there you have it. Okay, so now I'm going to add in this piece. This is a scrap piece of white that I cut out first. I just want my, my window, like the border of my window die, to be a little bit thicker. So I'm just trimming off where I didn't line things up that great. And I'm adding on, I'm going to add the insides of these windows. This is the plaid polka dot, obviously on the plaid side in green. Thought it was a good neutral color to go behind everything, sort of like grass or something, So I'm laying those all on. Next, I cut out the window in like this candy stripe and sprinkles in this black kind of, it's almost like a dark charcoal. But I guess it's the black in that pad. And I'm just going to glue it on top with some Bearly Art glue. And just kind of lining things up as well as I can. And I will weight that down with an acrylic block. There we go. And now I'm ready to put that on my card front. So my card base is cut from Papertrink white cardstock, 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches with my Martha Stewart scoreboard and my Teflon bone folder, kind of like I always do, working on a Stampin' Up! Pad using my Anna Griffin Empress machine. I am going to add some glue around the edge of this, Bearly Art glue. And now I am going to try and line this up on my card base. I've got a little piece of brown paper that I'm using just so I can see the edge better, so I can line up things better. With the contrast, it helps me. So there we are. So it's lined up using that adhesive eraser to erase some ATG that it was sticking out. Those things are your friend. You need to have one of those in your stash. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the front of my card, or on a piece of Papertrink white cardstock, and this is going to go on the front of the card with the VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink and my Misty. And it says, score, it's your big day. So you could use this for pretty much like a lot of different reasons, right? And there it is. And then now I am going to use the outline die to cut it out. And I'll use a little bit of tape just to hold it in place. And now I'm going to add some paper to the inside. This is just some leftover strips from what I used on the card. So I think the black, or that candy stripe and sprinkles and that charcoal kind of color, or the black, is like maybe 3/4 of an inch. And then this little piece is like 1/2 an inch or something like that. I'm just decorating the inside. It doesn't have to be perfect. And there it is. I like to kind of decorate the insides a little bit. Just trimming off that overhang, and there's the inside. Okay, so now I am going to add my sentiment with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And I'll use this edge piece here, just so everything is evenly popped up. And then I'm going to be adding that at the top of the right-hand side of my card. I'm just going to peel off the backing, and I'll get that in place. So score, it's your big day. So it could be really anything, right? Now I'm going to add, this is the lacrosse stick, black paper tray ink, black cardstock, and white cardstock. Now the pickleball, paper tray ink, pure poppy, white and dark brown cardstock. There it is. And then this is put together using that plaid polka dot again from Doodlebug, but in yellow this time. That's kind of like a cheer cone. Then I'm going to add 2 of these little pom-poms. There's already dimensionals on the back, but they got kind of non-sticky, so I'm adding them. I did make this little basketball out of American Crafts black cardstock and orange cardstock. And then this volleyball is all white paper tray ink cardstock. And I'm just kind of layering and, you know, making it look like there's a bunch of sports equipment on this card. I was just putting all my leftovers on this one. And now I'm going to add my little football. That is American Crafts brown cardstock and paper tray ink white cardstock. So there it is, kind of on an angle. Now for this little window pane, I'm going to add on my little bowling pins. So a grouping of 3, kind of at a jaunty angle. And that is paper tray ink white cardstock and pure poppy cardstock. And then the ball was cut from American Crafts black cardstock and Simon Says Stamp black glossy cardstock. And I'm going to pop up that little bowling ball as well and get it in place. Isn't this fun? And now I'm going to be adding on 3 stars using Jada Blossom's embellishment cluster dies. These were cut from pure poppy cardstock as well. So I'm going to just add 3 in a visual triangle. And I think this is kind of fun, right? It's got a fun kind of look. So on the inside, I decided to add a birthday sentiment. I'm going to use the So Many Birthdays For stamp set. There are a bunch of these stamp sets from Jada Blossom. They're excellent for birthday cards. Lots of different fun fonts. So I'm going to add that on. And I'm using my Misty Corner just to get it straight. And then I will stamp that Happy Birthday in that same VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And isn't that fun? There we go. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jada Blossom blog, Be Inspired by the Team, the Jada Blossom store to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks as always for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Make sure you're a follower. Bye, everybody.